We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the New York Giants. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Right back to Toney. He's got another one. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing to start the drive. Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Check 26, check 26.
Gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Watch the whip. Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And this one is right down the middle.
And it's 3-0 Washington.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 7. Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fuller.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A handoff to Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Howell.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Howell.
Quick slant to Brown.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll look to throw again. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Still 9 remaining on second down. A handoff for Gibson. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 24.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here.
They'll run here with Gibson.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Howell. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in here by Fuller. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Going right side, he finds Slayton. Not much there, only a yard.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Now he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. On 1st and 10, Howell.
Going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw on 2nd down. Howell. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Let's go deep, tight.
Operating from the gun, Howell. Wide open receiver complete.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 3rd and 2, Howell. And this is caught. It's Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
and this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. T.J. Hockenson
in the final seconds of the first half.
And Washington has retaken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And he's going to give his guys great starting field position as he dives to the ground to get as much as he can.
So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They go play action here on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
He's crazy. He's checking crap. On your team.
On the counter, Gibson.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They have 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the gun, Howell. Over the middle, complete. It's Harmon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Howell, and a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw again. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Brown with his stick skills. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Howell. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Howell. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead.
Bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Howell. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Howell. Space to maneuver at the 40.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jackson to return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Throwing is Rodgers. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On the draw, this is Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown Giants. Tyler Higbee from 13 yards out. And the Giants are an extra point away from leading this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They run the counter now on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Back to throw. Howell. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
For Washington on third down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. Eluding the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is indeed good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. They'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he
He's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now Saquon Barkley. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
Well, Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Now Rodgers. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And, boy, he is very close to a first down. But from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Gano's kick is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. They'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Giants, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Washington, They will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.